Hi guys, it's KamsApothecary, and I thought I would be back with another video. I haven't recorded in about like 2 weeks, I believe. And I've been meaning to. I either got busy or I just couldn't bring myself to record sometimes. Because I had been recording almost probably daily at that point, just recording some parts and everything here and there, and so it was kind of getting to me, so I took a break. And so I haven't properly recorded anything in about 2 or 3 weeks now. And my last video, which was about a week ago from this point that I'm recording now, it came out about a week ago, and then I skipped that week. So I'm recording now, and I just wanted to do a rambly video. All of my videos are technically rambly, but they have a point to them. Usually they're building characters or they're doing something in particular. This video isn't that. This video is just me rambling with no point or no aim, and just talking about whatever suits my fancy. So, maybe I'll do the Spiral Abyss. I think that would be better than just doing nothing. I've been kind of busy in terms of like signing up for the GRE. Like, I signed up for that, which is great. I hope I do well on it. I want to do well on it, but I don't know if I will. But I'm hoping to do well on it. And it took me a while to sign up for the GRE because I had just been sitting there and waiting, just hoping someone would sign up for me, because I was just too afraid to sign up to do anything about it. And so I ended up just sitting there for, like, deadlines would pass by and everything. And when I say deadlines, I mean personal deadlines. Like, I want to sign up by this week and do it this day. But deadlines just kept passing me by, and I ended up just not doing it. I'm still doing it. I did sign up for it eventually, but I ended up not doing it until, like, almost the last minute, because I don't know if I don't know when the results of the GRE is going to come back, and I really wish that it would be like instant, like after the exam I would know, oh, this is gonna be like, this is like my, I'm focusing on the game, but this is gonna be like the score and everything, and I would know right then, because I need it to get into graduate school. And without that score, now the thing is that I don't need to technically do the GRE, because the place that I want to go to doesn't require the GRE, but the thing is, my main GPA, well, not the main GPA, but the GPA for, like, my psychology program was not good, and that's because of a multitude of reasons, but I didn't do good, and so now I have to take the GRE to even be considered to get into the program. So it's not that, you know, I need to take the GRE because it's needed. No, it's not. It's just a surefire way of, this is a last resort of me getting into the program. I really wish that it didn't have to come to that, but circumstances aside, that's just how things are. But I signed up for it. I'm not studying. I should be studying. I should be studying instead of doing this, but I am not studying. I plan to study, but as you can tell right at this moment, I'm not studying. And it's not that I'm like confident, because I'm confident in my ability to do the English part. I'm confident in my ability to argue. I'm not confident in my ability to do the math part, because I've always struggled at math, and it's always been like not my strong suit, and it's always been just not my thing. I like math, I just suck at it. Like, there are certain parts of math that I do like, and I wish I was just better at it, but I'm not. If I go quiet, this is going to be one of those videos where I don't really edit, and I'm probably just going to leave it alone. And so there's going to be a lot of probably some, you know, dead silence here and there, like dead spots. But that's been my life for like the past couple of weeks. It's just me worrying and stressing over the GRE and wanting to do better for myself, but not. And I hope that I can actually do it, and that I don't just fail it, because the deadline to sign up for the graduate program is April 5th. It is March 20th as I'm recording this. If it takes about 2 weeks for it to come in, then it'll be probably till April 1st when it comes in. And if I don't pass it, then, well, I'm kind of screwed. I mean, I do have the option to take the, like, graduate classes and hopefully pass them, and then hopefully, you know, and I'm not saying pass them with just like barely passing, I mean like show that that I'm good enough for the program to actually, you know, do the program. It's not just like, oh, I get to pass, like barely pass it, and then I get into the program. I have to prove that I'm actually, you know, good enough for the program and actually pass it. And pass it with like a good grade. So it's a lot more riding on my shoulders, and I should be more stressed than what I am, but I'm not. I don't know what I'm doing to mitigate the stress. I'm just doing what I've always done and just sitting and trying to ignore it, which, I mean, has done me good so far. I mean, when I say ignore it, I mean like still acknowledge that it's there, but that it's not, you know, it's not the end of the world if I don't, you know, pass this one test, or and I know that a lot of people don't understand that, or that they think this one test is what determines whether or not I'm going to get into, you know, graduate school, or, you know, pass this high school class or whatever. And certainly that may be true for some things, but I don't think it's true for all things. And when it comes to actually taking tests and everything, it doesn't entirely matter. I mean, some things do matter. Some things do matter, like, you know, for example, the ACT. But it's not like it's the end of the world if you don't make a good grade on it. You can always retake it. The ACT, for example, mine, like, to get the highest score that I got, I did not make like a 36 or anything. I was actually in the 20s. To get the score that I got, I combined both of my test scores that were good, and then I, like, for example, let's say I took it once, got good in math, and then but didn't get good in English, but then I took it again and I didn't do good in math for some reason and got good in English. Then you would combine those scores and get the highest score out of those, instead of just doing like, oh well, I got like a, for example, a 19 on the first test and then I got a 20 on the second test. You just combine it, and then you would say, oh well, I got a combined score of 22, for example, and then you would say, I got a 22 on the UCT, instead of just saying, oh well, I got a 19 on the first try and then I got a 20 on the second. Like, it's okay if you combine them. Life advice out of the way, because I feel like this video is becoming too much about me giving advice and talking too much about tests and everything. I've been getting into world building, and not just world building, but Resident Evil. And Requiem recently came out around the end of February, and I've been watching Markiplier play it. I watched KamsApothecary play it. I'm probably gonna watch Mark play it again, or I'm probably gonna watch KamsApothecary play it again, and then, you know, I was recently introduced to a person named Hollw, who apparently does probably something similar to me, which is like, does not ASMR videos, but more like calm and relaxing videos about, you know, like playing games and everything. And so I think I'm probably gonna watch them play it. I've never watched them. I came across a video of someone who does like scrapbooking or like notebooking, and they were really interested in Requiem and talked about how, oh yeah, I watched this guy named Hollw, and you know, they do like really good you know, calm and relaxing videos. It's not like ASMR, but it's calm and relaxing, so I'm hoping I can watch that video as well. And when I say that I'm getting into world building, I'm a fanfic writer. I write. I love to write. That is like my livelihood. But to be a fanfic writer, to be a fanfic writer, you have to be in fandoms, or you have to do something related in fandoms. And fandoms can range from just like, not just media, but, when I say media, I mean like books, movies, or not books and movies, but just movies, TV shows, games. It can range from like books, or, you know, cult followings, or anything like that. So that's kind of what I mean when I say like fandoms. Like, you have to be in like a fandom to, you know, do something with it and create like fan fiction for it. But why didn't I do lunar crystallines? Why didn't I put Aino out? I lost my train of thought. But with creating fanfiction, you kind of have to have an idea for pre-existing, you know, fandom, and then create something for that fandom. And so that's what I like to do, is make fanfiction. And I am creating a Resident Evil fanfiction. I'm creating 2 because I do really like Grace. And I don't think there's a lot of fanfiction out there of her, or right at this moment, and I really think, like, how do I explain this? I think she needs a girlfriend. That's my one final thought, is that I think she needs a girlfriend. And I also really like Leon Kennedy, which I don't think is a big surprise, because I didn't imagine that I would like Leon until I saw Requiem, and this is gonna sound really weird, but I like his older version than I do his younger version. Because I think there's something about the rugged, gruffy, or gruff version of Leon that has weathered and aged and has experience to him that, I don't know, and I don't mean this in like a weird way, but I mean this in terms of like, he's a good character. There is something endearing about the younger version of him that's like a wide-eyed young guy who wants to just be a police officer and protect people, but now he's like a gruff looking older man who, yes, wants to protect people, but also has his own means and own like goals in mind, instead of just being a police officer and protecting people. Like, he's like, I don't know, he rings to me like a mercenary, and I know mercenaries don't, you know, like, they kill to earn money, but there's something about Leon that kind of says, I'm a mercenary, and that is like, I have my own goals, like, not apathetic, but, and not asocial, but someone that is like morally gray. Like, he will act for his own means and his own goals, but he will not put the lives of others under him. And I'm sorry if you hear a dog. That is my grandmother's dog. And she's just a yipper. A yapper. I'm gonna pause the recording. But yeah, I just really like Leon. I like his character, and there was something that the developer of Resident Evil mentioned, because they now mention that, you know, he might be married, or he is married, and they mentioned that it's not just like, oh, who is he married to? It's more like he has someone to go home to. And I think that's really endearing, because Leon really needs that kind of like person to rely on to call his home. And I love fanfiction, don't get me wrong, but I don't think a lot of fanfiction does that. Or that there will be very few that actually go in depth for the type of lore or the meaning behind a character. And it's not to say that like fanfiction is very surface level, but it is to say that some fanfictions don't dig deeper into the character, like a character analysis. I think a lot of fanfiction writers would do well from a character analysis, and I think a lot of fanfiction might be character analyses, but it's the person's own interpretation. And that doesn't mean it's bad. That just means that it's just their own interpretation, and it might not be as in-depth as, you know, a 100,000 word fanfiction. I feel like I'm kind of like putting things on a pedestal and just saying like, oh, the more word count there is, the more the like better it is, and I don't mean that at all. I don't know, maybe that is what I mean. I don't know. But I don't want to disparage people from writing fanfiction. That's not my job. That's not me. That's not what I want to do. I just want to say, I think some character analyses should think about the character more in depth. And one thing I forgot to mention when I was talking about life, I've been really obsessed with taking notes on Obsidian, because I didn't have Obsidian when I did notes in like high school or when I did notes in like college. I took notes on a Google document, and that's what I did. And I suck at taking notes. But now, I really like taking notes. Like, taking notes on Obsidian just makes the process more fun, more engaging, and makes them look so good. Meanwhile, Google Documents only does like so much. And I wish I could, I'm probably, you know what? I'm going to show you guys if I can find it. Where is it? I'm going to show you guys this. This is so far what my notes look like. And I'm taking notes completely on my own. Like, I am not in college right now. I downloaded a neuroanatomy book because I really like neuroanatomy. And this is what my notes look like. Now, as far as it comes to like actually taking notes, I'm really good. No, I'm not really good. I'm really bad. I'm really bad at paraphrasing. So some of these are just like, if I were to just like copy and paste it, but I don't copy and paste it, I write it down, mainly because I think the original text is a lot better than what I would come up with, and I know coming up with stuff is like, you know, like a part of the learning process, and like, I know that I know that rephrasing is a part of it, or that it's like if you rephrase, it'll stick in your mind better. I'm not taking a test on this. I don't want to take a test on this. I am learning it for fun, and maybe at the end of it, I'll do like a small little project. With the world building, I'm actually trying to relate a lot of the concepts to my world building. Like, what's the neuroanatomy of like galaxies? What's the neuroanatomy of like I have a plague in my world building, so like what happens with the neuroanatomy if you mess with it in a fundamental way? And I think that's really interesting. And when I say, this is gonna sound like off topic, like I'm switching from topic to topic, but when I say neuroanatomy of like the galaxy, I mean like what is a star in terms of the neuroanatomy? What is the sun? What is the earth? Like in terms of neuroanatomy, what parts of those relate to neuroanatomy, and what's the like brain of the galaxy? Like, is it the sun? Is it the black hole? Like, what is it? So that's kind of what I mean when I say what is the neuroanatomy of a galaxy. It's relating it to just those concepts and singing like, oh, the sun is the brain of the, what the fuck is, I keep hearing something in the background that's like a little buzzing, and I'm like, I don't know. Let me pause the recording. It's a stink bug. And it's not that I'm not allowed to touch stink bugs, it's that I don't touch stink bugs because I might accidentally crush it, and I don't like bugs in general. I'm not afraid of bugs, I just don't like touching them because they're crawly. But yeah, I turned on the light to my room, so it probably will be attracted to the light instead of outside. But yeah, with the world building, I've been really interested in like, I've been creating like realms and plagues and domains, and domains is like part of the religion. Like, this is the life domain, this is the energy domain, this is the death domain. Well, it's not really called death, it's what do I call it? I don't remember what I called it. Corrupt. I called it the corrupt domain. The corrupt domain and the void domain. My friend is really, really interested in physics and really loves, like, stars and everything. So I asked them about, like, different things about, like, the galaxy and everything and how it goes. And so I learned a lot about gravity and, like, what is the void, what is a black hole, what is a super void, and everything from them. And I think that's really interesting, and it made my writing a whole lot better. If you can hear me going away from the mic, it's because I'm hearing that, like, buzzing sound, and I really, really hate it. And so I keep on trying to turn around to look at it to see where the stink bug is going. But yeah, I've been doing that with world building. My grandmother just texted me and said, "Your birthday is soon. Look for a desk chair." I think there's a chest right here. I did not know that. I have this to, like, 100, by the way. This is the one that I have the most trouble with. I have trouble with Starfield Valley the most because I don't know what I'm missing, which is why it's always, like, perpetually at, like, 99. I know 100 means that, like, you didn't, like, it doesn't mean that you got everything, it just means that you just got it to 100. But I'm surprised. And I found that on my own. I didn't need the treasure compass. I'm just wandering around, just kicking the shit. But yeah, I really, really, really enjoy world building. One of my commissions, I know that a lot of people don't like paid commissions where it's like, where you pay for fan fiction, and, like, I have my own opinions about it. So you can tell I'm probably in favor of doing it, but I have my own reservations about it, and my own, like, not really reservations, but, like, my own interpretation of it. So there's that. But in terms of what I don't offer, or what I do offer in terms of that is, like, not paid fanfiction, I offer world building where that I help people build worlds. And so one of my commissioners asked me, like, hey, I'm making a world out of this specific creature, can you help me? And so I was like, yeah, just, fill out the commission form and I'll help. And that's why they messaged me, was to pay me. So it's not like I just told them, like, pay me and then I'll help you. Like, they wanted to pay me for my help. But yeah, I'm building their world right now, and it's really interesting, because I really enjoy, like, world building. And I think the one thing about world building, especially with my world building, is that I intend to use it in my fanfiction. I laugh because the one thing about my fanfiction is the Resident Evil one, is that I decided to combine it with Genshin Impact. And so I call it Residential Impact, because I thought that was really funny. But the fanfiction is mostly Resident Evil, with the exception of, like, I took a lot of liberties of us not knowing about the heavenly principles. And so I was like, this is where the heavenly principles are, while they're missing. And so, like the heavenly principles are in, like, Resident Evil's world, and are just, like, Fanes. For example, Fanes is the heavenly principles. and is like, yeah, I'm just hanging out here in this world until I come back to that. That's kind of like very loosely putting it, but it's like Dottore manages to come to Resident Evil's Earth and tries to take over that Earth. And with the help of like, I haven't really figured it out, but like, you know, Victor Gideon or the connections, they kind of just like, they start working together. And so it's like Fanes puts a firmament over Earth, and this firmament causes people to like kind of evolve. And when I say evolve, they start growing masses on, like, it's a plague. It's supposed to be a little scary. So it's like, think of the creatures from like Umbrella Academy season 4. I haven't watched season 4, but it's like the weird creatures that are a result of like, because it's like they messed with time, and so it's like it's a result of that. There is one thing that I can remember called Slither. I hated that movie because it scared me when I was so little. But Slither had like this amalgamation of just like human people being absorbed into like this this other like infected human, and like The Last of Us. I don't know what they're called, but it's like when the other infected become like one super mutation. And so I've been creating a world. Like, I plan to use it for my own world. Like, I intend to make it into my own thing. But as for right now, it's like in my fanfiction, and I intend to keep it like that. I did not mean to climb that. But and another thing is that Alice comes into the story where she's like, yeah, like this is where Alice is when she's not like mothering Klee or like with Klee or like into that. Like, she's in Resident Evil. I think that's really funny. Like, I don't know why. I just think that's funny. It's just like, Alice isn't Resident Evil. And I've been trying to write this fanfiction, but I've been so obsessed with like world building that I haven't written it. I mean, I did write like 3 chapters of it, but I haven't written any more of it. And I do intend to write more because I find it really funny of Alice being in Resident Evil. She's just like, yeah, this is where I'm at. But I want that fanfiction to do well, and I've had AO3 before. I've had an AO3 account before. I deleted it because there were some things that I disagreed with AO3 about. And so I got really mad. And so I deleted it. But then I was like, I don't know where else to publish my fanfiction that's as good as AO3's fanfiction. So I went back to AO3 and started, like, I had to wait and everything because they still did the invitation thing. But I ended up just waiting, and then I got my account, and then I intend to post some fanfiction that I've had sitting in my Google Documents for like a while. And the only reason why it's in my Google Documents is because I haven't just transferred them over to Scrivener. I have Scrivener. I intend to post more in Scrivener, but and when I say post more, I mean just like transferring it over to Scrivener and everything. But yeah, I haven't just transferred it over yet. Even though I could right now. I haven't yet. But yeah, I am seeing this video is 35 minutes of me just straight rambling. So I think I'm gonna end it off here. So I hope you guys have a good day and or night, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.